Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ryan here. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. It's 9:29 a.m. We have some slow price action on the Globex. Still looks like we could pull into the correction territory, so we're just going to 32, 40, 25. We are just going to do the same thing we did yesterday, and I'm actually going to lever up 2, and we're going to lever down 2. We'll scale 1 if we keep moving. We will scale 1 if we keep moving. We're going to move that one a little bit. Let's take a good look at the price action, see what's actually happening. Let's just give it a few minutes here. And see how our entries are gapped away from where the price is. You know, if it starts moving dramatically in a certain direction, we obviously want to catch it. Looks like it's going down. Looks like we got our fill. And it's popping. But it looks like it's going to continue to go down. We're going to just sit here and just relax on this trade. We're 2 positions short, as you can see here. And we're going to hold this one. We're going to hold on to this one and even get a little deeper into this trade if it continues to go down for sure. What we will want to do at this point is get rid of these orders, leave an emergency stop, double that. And if we want to set another stop prematurely, or if the trade, gets into the money, we could always put one at even. It depends. But for now, we want to have our stop way out, way out. As you can see on the chart, our stop is really far out. It would have to completely start going up for the day for us to get stopped out. So let's see what happens. Currently, we are on this downtrend, and we would still need to see a reversal. And let's go. I know I like to look at the 20-day, but let's actually go to the 5-day. And it looks like we are just on this wave. So we're at about the midpoint of this wave right now. There's nothing telling me. If we look at the 5-day chart, there is nothing saying that this market will not continue to dip down to 3206.75, especially with trade tensions and everything going on. I definitely would not doubt it. Now, as far as this particular trade, it looks like the market is definitely fighting with itself. Just bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and let my dog in. Looks like we're trading pretty sideways, which means there are a lot of people contending for the price. No one ever said you can't make a cup of coffee while you're making a YouTube video. But hey, if the price action's going to go sideways, that's giving me time to make my coffee, guys. This is the life of a trader. Not glamorous. You can tell the sleep deprivation in the voice. You know, the whole thing. So, I'm doing this to show you guys what it's like to actually trade the bell every morning, make coffee, and win or lose a trade. Coffee's on. Grab a mug. We're not going to use sugar in that coffee. And just keep an eye on the charts while I am giving myself some caffeine here. Of course, I'll throw in a couple snus, which I'm going to be switching probably to lozenges, or I tried gum and there wasn't enough satisfaction with the gum. Lozenges, I think, may be the ticket. I have tried them, but something keeps bringing me back to the snus. Okay. So, the day in the life of a trader, it's pretty much wake up. You better be at the computer by 10 minutes, 20 minutes after 9 Eastern Time. You want at least 10 minutes to look at the market, look at the different charts, look at different time frames, get everything situated, and set everything up so that way you're ready to take a trade. And if you're someone who likes to make your money fast, or you like to lose your money fast, the bell is where you can do that, and there's other ways to trade midday with the algos, and I'll go over all that. I just don't know if as many people want to see that type of thing, but I guess we'll go ahead and post those videos as well. So let's get back to the main office. Give me about 20 more seconds here, and we'll start dictating what we're going to do in this trade. So we have coffee, we have water, we have tobacco. Skull, mint, snus is the way that I go. That's just some personal preference. Camel is very terrible for snus. And it looks like we opened short, and then it fought long, and now it's going short, and now it's going sideways. We're going to hold this trade, by the way. We're going to hold this trade. Let's take a look at some commodities while we're waiting on this chart to materialize. I think that's a fake out. I think it's still going to go short. We're going to look at oil. We're going to look at 10-day oil. This is when the bombing happened in Iran, or I should say the assassination in Iraq and Iran. Yeah, so we're going to be in correction levels. This very well could go up, I suppose. Let's look at gold. Kind of on the up and up. Yeah, gold's definitely going up for sure. Let's get this back to the ES. Alright, so we're sitting 2 positions short, which is extremely modest. We have our emergency stop in case we get completely hosed on this trade. That stop it started to approach our stop. We can actually stretch this out a little bit, and we can see that there is well, I have my drawing tool. This is a downtrend from peak to peak. It's clear to see. This is a downtrend. Let's take bottom, bottom. So we're on this downtrend between this red line and this red line. My stop is out of the trend. It would need to completely reverse. And you can see the market now. I had a feeling that was going to be bullshit, that pop-up. So now we're in the money. and we're like a few ticks away from another fill. So we're actually, you see how this is teetering right here? We don't want to get filled there because if it pops back up, we don't want that. There's a couple ways that we want to play this. If it falls below to like 32, 33, we'd want to take a contract. And if it pops to like 32, 38, 75, we'd want to sell another contract. So we want to be able to short a pop or catch it falling through the floor. And this is all dictated to me in my brain by the way the price is moving. You can see that we've established the downtrend here. It's absolutely going down unless it completely reverses. It could, because it is at the midpoint of this range. But we're going to play this trade with the emergency stop in place. Now, if we get filled on this 32.33, we will go ahead and add to our stop. So we'll be 3 positions short, and then we will be, protected, quote unquote, with emergency stops. And if I should say, the market continues to continue along that trend line, even though it's broken. You guys get the point. We will eventually protect the trade and, get the stops back to even and all that good stuff. Or we'll just take profit on the trade. But we're not going to get out of this trade yet because we see the downtrend and we are a little in the money. Our entries weren't great, but we're now sitting about, 2 points almost below the entries. So we are going to see if we get this trend continuation. Down this way. And if it breaks 32.4, we're way out. We're like 2.5 points out of the trend break. Take a sip of coffee here. And as you can see, it is continuing along between those trend lines that I drew. Top to top, bottom to bottom in that current trend. I use a 1,000 tick chart. Not all of this is set in stone. There's a lot of trading that I've done, and there are warning signs and there are conditions to where I will avoid trading altogether. But generally speaking, in the morning, you can do decent. We're going to hold on to this trade unless we start to see a break of this trend, like if it goes above 32.40, we may manually close this trade, but we're still going to watch the DOM for the price action. Here's our entry, 32.37.25. And there's nothing telling me that this can't go back down to 32.08, to be honest. Just to be real honest. And if we break this trend, I can fucking draw another trend line, I guess. Well, we got our next fill. So let's go ahead and protect that. And soon we're going to be looking to move our stops down. We'll do that now. We're going to get these even closer. I don't think that... Yeah, we want to move... Okay, here's the train of thought, guys. The trend break would be somewhere, if you draw from this peak, if you continue this trend line, if we hit 32.40, we may be seeing a reversal. There's no real problem in putting the stop to like 32.40.25. Because if we start to get reversed out, we don't want any part of that. We don't want none of that. That would be a trade that is on its way to a loss, and we don't even want to deal with that. And we can see, sorry guys, usually I cut the video out and then just show you what the result is of the trade, but this video is running you through the entire process. Rolling out of bed, throwing on the clothes, making the coffee, letting out the dog, getting your nicotine, getting your caffeine, sitting down, explaining the trade, looking at the market, looking at commodities. There's other things we're going to look at as well. But this is how you form your idea of how the trade should go. Now, if you look at this 20-day chart, we're starting to head almost into a downward parabolic. And if you look at this trend, previously, yeah, we're right about at the break of that trend. So we're going to see a pop here, but I highly doubt that it goes up to 32.40. I could be completely wrong. But our bet is definitely short on this trade. I don't think we need to get too squirrely with what we're doing here. I think we can hold on to this one and just let her fall. And if she falls through 32.32-ish, if she falls and creates a new low, you know, that's going to make a case to, you know, if we get down to like 32.31, we may have to just hold this trade at -3. Let's see if she breaks through. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of, this is a point of contention, being the trend breakout. It's going to be even worse once it gets to 32.30 on the nose. So we may close the trade out. I mean, we're making decent money. Let's see what happens. We're getting a big red candle on the 20-day. Let's just switch between charts while we're waiting. 5-day. Let's go auto zoom. You know, we've been down as low as 32.06. This sucker's going down. Let's go ahead and draw top to top. Bottom to bottom. You see how sharp that trend has become? This was the previous trend line up here. And now we're 20 degrees sharper. So let's see what happens. We're really, really getting focused in this range. We should be able to break this range here. Yes, there it is. We're going to get a little pushback because it's the low. A lot of times, guys, people are going to just pop limit orders in at the low. It's just the way it is. People tend to do better when stocks and futures and things go up, so there's that psychological element, but it does look like we're getting a lot of shorts. And you want to try not to be biased, if possible, into thinking that bull and green and long is good. You can make just as much money shorting the market. This is technical analysis. This has nothing to do with your emotional tie to the money or anything of that sort. This is the world's hardest video game. And we're going to go ahead and redraw, guys, more trend lines. Top to top. We're starting to expand our angle a little bit. We're getting quite a decent pop here. I would imagine we're going to see some big shorts coming in. Here's the 50 MA. the 50-day moving average. Let's see what happens as we approach this. This might be the point at which it goes short, but no, that was a opportunistic short for a lot of investors right there. 32.33. Let's just continue to watch this. We are not going to move our stop to even just because we are about to be close to even. There's our position and what we did has nothing to do with what the market is doing. The market is going down. You can see this very clearly that the market is going down. It's been going down since about 4 in the morning. Any of this popping, I mean, there could be a news event that triggers, some kind of like reversal, but it's really, really doubtful. So this looks like people are trying to buy the dip, just explaining kind of what's happening. Let's pull this chart back up. Let's draw top to top. Let's get rid of some of these other ones. Oh shit. You cunt. We can get rid of our old trend lines. Sorry guys, my hotkeys are all fucked up. And we're actually going to remove these as well because we're going to draw new ones. Let's zoom out. Now, when it starts to go up like this, this could be off of a low. This could actually be the beginning of an uptrend for sure. We are going to hold this for a little bit longer. And actually, since we're zoomed all the way out, let's go ahead and draw again. Top to top. Bottom to bottom. Still on a downtrend, but it looks like we're going to see a reversal. We are going to hold the trade for the sake of the video here. We are going to keep our stop way out. Remember, this is the top of the trend. We should be seeing shorts come in here. Right along this red trend line that's highlighted. Let's see how hard the shorts come in. Let's actually expand all this so you guys get a better view. Excuse me. We're just going to keep a good eye right on this view where we can see this entire chart stretched out. See guys, that's why you don't panic sell, and your emotion has nothing to do with where the market is going to go. As much as you'd like to flatter yourself, it's just not, there's no correlation between your state of mind and the stock market, the futures market. I'm pretty sure the S&P 500 doesn't care, what you had for breakfast this morning or what kind of coffee you're drinking, if you're in a downtrend, you got to hold your short. I mean, we're in the money. Worst thing you can do is see it go from 500 profit to 25 profit and go, oh my God, I better make some profit. Nah, you'd rather put your stop way out here and lever into it again if it pops and then comes down. We are going to remove that limit order though because the conditions of the market have changed. And if we can plow another low here, we should be able to get away with moving our stop a little bit. I think we can probably move our stop to here, 32.3850. And the goal is obviously to mitigate risk. You don't want this thing going parabolic up and then your stop's all the way up here. I'm not telling you guys to do that. But what I'm saying is don't let your stops get in the way of the trade. You don't want to get stopped out on a trade that's going your direction is my point. See how far we can see if this thing really starts to sell. Looks like it is. There's just a lot of contention at these lows, guys. I don't know. We're gonna see if these pops get shorted or not. And if we just keep hitting that 32.36, I just don't know if we can stay in the trade. We need some more shorts to come in. We're gonna need shorts to come in at around 32.35. If we break this 32.35.75 level, I'm gonna have to probably close the trade on the next time it goes down. Let's zoom out. Looks like we're sideways. We are counting on the continuation of the downtrend. And we are getting a little squirrely with the way that the price is moving now. We did have some shorts come in. Close the trade at $412.50. Alright guys, the reason I closed that trade is because every time we were getting close to a bottom, huge buys were coming in. You can see this here. Let me show you guys a little clearer. Obviously we had our downtrend, and if you can see, the price is almost going to intersect where the top peaks of that downtrend end up, the point of convergence. So this really, when it gets to where it's been going down since 4 in the morning, and now, off the open it went down, but it chopped up, and then, we know the bullish possibility is there. If we stretch this out, that was huge. That was an 8-point move right there. So we know that there is bullish potential. Now, I do think that it is going to continue to go down. I think it's going to get at least down to probably like 32.22, if I had to guess. But as far as us taking an early trade, in the first less than 30 minutes of the session, it's only 9:57 a.m. 412.50 is what we made on the day. I'll go ahead and close this video out, guys. And the reason we closed the trade was just because every time we got near the low, the longs were coming in too hard. We had the 6-point move up. There does look to be on the U.S. session a little more of a bias toward the upside based on just the volume. We look at tick charts, not time charts. We're looking at 1,000 ticks of volume, and we're getting a mark on our chart, red or green, depending on which side won. So in the Globex, it was clear that the bears were winning, and this makes me think, and then also this slight continuation upward is making me think that it does have upward potential for sure, especially being at a floor. So for us, it made sense to get rid of this trade. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I can jam another video in on a Wednesday. Maybe I can do them all week. And if you're enjoying the video, give it a like, subscribe. See you guys tomorrow.